Hello everyone and welcome. I can't say welcome back because this is new for all parties involved, I'm sure. I am as always Inquisitor Aura and this is Wildstar. As you guys may or may not know, I have been playing an awful lot of Wildstar recently and I have been requested to do Let's Play leveling style videos, and I figured since I am already, pretty into Wildstar at this point, I would just go ahead and do this because it's a lot of fun and it gives me a chance to talk about some of the features and gameplay and mechanics and style of Wildstar, which is so far being a very great fill-in for World of Warcraft. So here this is. This is Arlie Winterleaf, and she is an Auran Esper, and that is my cat in the background. He is being a whiny boo-boo face today, so you're gonna just have to deal with that. This is Arlie Winterleaf. She is an Auran. This is Exile side. On the PvE server, one of the two PvE servers. This is actually on Entity 2. Look at her, she's kind of cute with her big old bat-like ears and super pale hair and stuff like that. Isn't she adorable? Oh, she's so precious. Anyways, and she's an Esper, which basically means she's a psychic. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just level and run around and do cray-cray, banana things. And that chick looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, nope, that is not as in it. That is a PC. The Zaz has established a secret ops as focal point for our research into the Elden Mystery. Welcome board. Okay. We'll get into that in a little bit. Yes, I'm ready to figure out what happened to the Elden. Let's go. I'm all over this shit. Me bit. So that right there, that is a data cube. Data cubes are lore blocks, okay? And these things are hidden all over the planet. You can click on it when you actually discover it and you click on it, there'll be a little thing here that you can hit and it'll bring up the lore window and you can read that at your leisure. You do what you want. This is what you would use if you didn't want to level in this zone, which is the Everstar Wilds or Everstar Forest, I think it's what it's called. If you didn't want to level here, you could use this to transport to the Northern Wilds. Now, I skipped the first 3 levels. As you can see, I am already level 3. The first 3 levels are like the tutorial levels. Those are reserved for people who have just started playing Wildstar. So if you haven't played this, or you haven't played an MMO at all, or you haven't played Wildstar at all, because it is different from World of Warcraft. If you haven't played it, I would suggest going through the first 3 levels to get yourself situated. And at the end of those first 3 levels, you get to pick which way you want to go. If you want to go to the Northern Wilds or if you want to come here to the Everstar Forest. That being said, if you are a veteran player, I mean, I've only been playing this game for like a couple of weeks and I'm comfortable enough with the mechanics that I can skip the first 3 levels. The Auran and the Mordesh, who are a plague race almost, which is awesome. They come to here, and then the other 2 exile races, the exiled humans, and the Granok, who are big stone people, they go to the Northern Wilds as default. So there's that. It's important to note as well that Arlie here is also a settler. That is her path. There are 4 paths in the game: settlers, explorers, warriors, soldiers, and scientists. And each one of those is going to give you something extra to do in the zones. Settlers are responsible for gathering resources like these machine parts over here that I'm going to go pick up because that just happened to be the perfect time for me to discover it. And there are going to be depots around the zone where you will deposit these things and you will build things like experience buffs and shield buffs and health buffs and resistance buffs and things like that. And if you get enough settlers in the area building all this stuff, you'll get something really special. So this is a settler thing. You're going to get your own quest there. These are lamps. These are things that you can light up and stuff like that. If later on, these are going to give you reputation bonus. So, but for now, it's just kind of get you used to the fact that you're going to be seeing this sort of thing here. All right, Fenra. This is terrible. The forest is angry and it's trying to hurt us. Members of the expedition are trapped by brambles, and then there's the birds. Birds. Those are the birds. Mistwing Shredders. Yes, I know. They look deterred. They look like chocobos. I'm not going to lie. That's exactly what I thought when I first saw them. We're just going to go ahead and you can build like banners and stuff and like. Basically, you're a settler. Your entire job is infrastructure. Building settlements, building defenses, and making sure that the people are as happy as possible given that you are on a new world. Now, a little bit about the RN while I am doing some leveling here. The RN are a strange little, like, marsupial humanoid race from the planet of Arborea. They encountered the exiles. The exiles are they're homeless. There's two factions in this game. It's the Exiles and the Dominion. The Dominion is pretty much a galaxy-spanning empire consisting of four races. You have the Makari, who are creations of the Elden. You have the Chua, who are just psychopathic little, like, squirrel people. You have the Cassians, who are the humans. And then you have the Draken, who are their fighters. The Dominion has pretty much taken over everything at this point. Everything. I haven't opened my bag yet, have I? No. Equip. Woo! Look at me, I'm half naked. They've pretty much taken over everything, and the Exiles have been fighting against the Dominion for quite some time. The Mordash were on the verge of becoming members of the Dominion until their experiments into immortality literally blew up in their face and then gave their entire race a disease called the Contagion. The Granosh, or the Granok, their homeworld was not taken, but they have very strict society in which they have a strict code of laws that they are to follow in combat, and the exiles, the ones that are out and about in the universe right now, they didn't follow that. They were exiled from their homeworld. So their people still exist, their people are still in control of their homeworld, but anybody who displays any usage of technology, which goes against the Granite Code, is banished from their homeworld. So, and they have become mercenaries, and they're really kind of awesome. The Auran, their home has been taken over by the Dominion because they assisted the Dominion with supplies and assistance, and the Dominion found the exiles. There, or the exiles inadvertently led the Dominion to the Arn homeworld of Arborea. Now, Arborea is a beautiful tree was like a forest world, and immediately they claimed it for the Dominion and then started terraforming it and ripping out all of the natural resources. The Auran have a very deep connection with nature and their homeworld, and they bond themselves to trees. Their leaders, currently Queen Mayala Everstar, is bound to a particularly ancient tree that can communicate with her, like actually communicate with her. The Auran, having fought back against the Dominion to try and get them off of their homeworld, were forced to escape because the Dominion was just not being supplanted. So they called the Exiles, and the Exiles came to help them. But unfortunately, only about half of the Auran population got off of Arborea. The other half is stuck on their homeworld right now. So the Auran have pledged their assistance to the Exiles in hopes that they can get their homeworld back one day. And then the exiled humans are exiled Cassians. Cassians are the human race on the Dominion side, and they have been tasked by the Elden, the ancient race, like think like typical old god creator type aliens. Oh, you stupid Chocobo, get back here. They were tasked with creating an empire. The exiled humans didn't like what they were doing, and so rebelled and were crushed and forced off of their homeworld. And the Makari are, in every sense of the world, some of the truest children of the Elden. They are a machine race, which is very awesome, whose entire purpose is to guide the Empire. They were built by the Elden to help the Cassians build an empire, and then to help the Cassians maintain said empire. That is their entire purpose. Now, as you can see here, I'm just kind of running around in this small area trying to get these quests done as I tell you a little bit of the lore. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the class. She is an Esper, so what you have seen me doing so far has been creating mind constructs. That is exactly what has been going on. Don't fool yourself into believing it is anything otherwise. I am creating swords with my brain. Swords with my brain. Swords with my brain. And you can see it's a unique skill. It's unique abilities, and you start getting a feel for the targeting aspect of the game. It is a very large aspect of the game. Like this is one of the first things you need to understand and you need to get down when you start playing Wildstar, is that almost all of your abilities are going to be an attack, and they're going to have a telegraph, like the blue box right there. It tells you exactly how far out it goes. It tells you exactly where it goes. It tells you how many people you get in it. It is that simple. When you see a red telegraph on the ground coming from an enemy, that is the enemy's ability, and you have to not stand in that. It really is kind of that simple. See? Don't stand in that. Don't stand in any of that. Don't stand in any of that, because stuff pops out of the ground. And don't think it's ever going to be just simple as a bunch of boxes and circles. Oh no, they're going to be crazy-ass shapes all over the place here in a little bit. Woo! Settler thing. But yeah, she's an Esper. She's a psychic. This is what she does. This ability right here is called, I don't know, it shows up down here. It's called Telekinetic Strike. It's freeform, deals 76 magic damage to 5 foes and generates a psi point. Now there's different kinds of damage. She deals magic damage. Mind Burst is like, if you've played WoW, it's a combo finisher. It's finishing move. You save up your power points, and the more power points you save up, the more damage the finisher does. This is the thing that was making the gigantic bird fly out, if you were watching. And this is Crush. This is probably one of the funniest abilities and one of the most useful abilities in the game that I've seen so far, because it makes a gigantic hand come down out of nowhere and smash your enemies into the ground. It knocks them down, prevents them from doing anything except for dash for 4 seconds, and destroys 1 interrupt armor. That is going to be important as well later. Interrupt armor it's almost kind of like an interrupt, but at the same time, it's really kind of not. It's really kind of hard to explain. But before I get into that, I'm going to show you a little special something here. There are things called challenges, and you never know when you're going to run into them, because I found this one completely by accident, or actually somebody else found it completely by accident. Catch 6 butterflies before time runs out. These butterflies give you speed boost too, by the way. And sometimes you miss them, and sometimes you get them. And the idea is to get these butterflies and not attack anything else, because it will slow down your time. Now, at first, all you're going to get is bronze. Okay, that's it. You're just going to get bronze level awards and stuff like that. And these awards are going to give you points, which I'll show you in a second. See? Ta-da! Challenge complete. It says 0 challenge points earned, but it actually means 100 challenge points earned. So I finished that challenge. So what you're going to do to figure out how this all works, you're going to go to your challenge log. Everstar Grove is where we're at, and you'll see you get a reward track. Introductory zones, level 3 through 6, 100 points, 200 points, 300 points. Right. Click on the little arrow, and you get rewards based on the number of points that you get. Got a bronze rating, so I got 100 points. Oh, get away from me, bugs. No, bad bugs, bad bugs. Oh, bugs. Oh, they hurt. Oh, they suck. And you can claim your reward. You only get, in this first one, you only get the one bag. You get a small bag and you claim it. Ta-da! And it zoops right in your inventory, and that's cool. You get 100 more points, and you'll be able to choose between one of these 3, which is another small bag, 5 bendy shots, or some unflavored jerky, which, you know, sounds amazing, right? And with 200 more points, you'll be able to get a standard knapsack, or the improved bendy shot, or exquisite unflavored jerky, although I don't know why that's even a thing. I usually take the bags for this. But as you level up, you're going to get more zones, and you're going to be able to get more points, and you're going to be able to get gold and silver ratings, which will give you more points if you can manage to complete the challenge in a set amount of time, or get a set number of things in a set amount of time, or whatnot. Small bag, inventory space, ta-da! That is literally the exact same thing that I have right now, so that's cool. Oh, okay, so here we go. This is a settler thing. Deposit resources in depot. Ta-da! And this is going to be for the whole area, and then everybody is going to be able to access the things that you build. Digitally linked banking box attribute booster, select maximum health booster. And then see, I have 23 materials. This takes 5. I can build this. And there it is. And I can do it again. I can put an attribute boost selector here. Ta-da. And then I did the digitally linked banking box, because I have to do all 3 to complete my settler quest. Ta-da! And then you have all 3, and then you can come over here and you can hit these up. Ta-da! That's the improved hit points. And that is improved base attributes. Now, when you level up, this is your, over here, this XP bar, this is your character level. Over here, this XP bar, this is your path level. And when you level up, you're going to see this little box show up here. And you're going to hit see rewards. And you get titles, and you're going to get abilities, and you're going to get transmogs and stuff like that. To make this box disappear, you have to hit clear all. So just keep that in mind. And then we move on. And then we're into questing. And questing is glorious. And questing is amazing, because we get to talk to people. It is of utmost importance that we help my father establish communication with the ancient tree elder root. So we're going to talk to a tree. And that's kind of what we do as Arin. We talk to trees. I am grateful. Another exile has survived the sudden onslaught of the forest. What could have caused such sudden hostility? It's probably the Dominion. That's all there is you need to know. Oh, Omnibits. My father sent me here on a mission. We must find the cause of nature's hostility, and she sends you to the augmented tree elder root, which has been discovered. My father requires Sigil mushrooms to speak to it. Kindly collect them in Exo Lab 71. Now, you just saw me get something called an Omnibit. Hit your inventory. Is the I key. Omnibits. Omnibits are earned from normal world loot drops, and they're spent in the in-game store. And you get a weekly bonus. Now, this is all on the base free-to-play model. This is standard, so you're good. You can spend these doing on whatever you like. The first 115 that you spend, though, I would suggest opening up a character slot because you only get 2 with the free-to-play model. That being said, I got 115 Omnibits on my first character within the first 2 days of playing. It is easy to get the Omnibits, and you literally get them from everything. And you will eventually get daily logon rewards. If I can find that daily logon bonus. You get a daily logon rewards, and you see I have been doing this daily for, a couple of weeks now. And every day you get something different. Day 1 you get a bag, a survival bag. Service tokens. Service tokens are used to change to alter your character after you've created them, and for certain cooldowns. Once you get the ability to use a transmat station, that goes on a 20-minute cooldown, but if you have 10 service tokens, you can use it while it's on cooldown, things of that nature. And then you're going to get things like Flask of Riches. This will increase your money, renown, and prestige. Flask of R&R, which will completely fill up your rest XP bar, which is really good for the free-to-play model because free-to-play people have crap for rested bonus. You could sit in your house for like a week and only get like 5 bars of rested bonus, whereas people who have the paid model will get significantly more out of that. So you want to save these and use them as often as you possibly can, as often as you get them. Satchel of Omnibits contains a goodly amount of Omnibits. This one I think had 50 in it. And you're going to get these every 10 days or so after day 5. So you get the Satchel of Omnibits here, and you can see today's daily reward for me is another packet of Omnibits. I don't think it's going to have nearly as many as this had in it, but it's a moderate sum of Omnibits. And then you can claim it. You hit the review in your account inventory. The problem is that this is a single claim. So if I claim it on this character, I won't be able to claim it on anyone else. This right here, this was another one of my daily rewards. It's a spacefaring Dagon. It's a pet. It's a wolf with like a space helmet on. It's really cool. It's multi-claim, which means every character I create can claim this. So you see, I have a lot. I have a lot of stuff. Ooh, I haven't claimed this. Claim that. Mount. So some things are single claim, some things are multi-claim. I have a mount. Okay, now normally you can't get a mount until level 10, but if you go and you get the authenticator put on your account, it is completely free. It just uses the Google Authenticate if you have that app on your phone like I do. You get a couple of things. For all of your characters, you get this nifty 2-step verification dividends, which increases your XP, renown, and prestige by 5%. For everyone, forever, until forever. It's just always there, and it's always on. And the second thing is the free mount. This is a retro blade, and you can use it at any level, which is great, because normally you can't use a mount until you're level 10. This is the retro blade. I mean, yeah, it looks like a rusty piece of junk, but that's awesome. And you can use it, so who cares? It's a free mount. Mounts cost 10 gold in the game, or at least the starter mounts cost 10 gold in the game. And I have 4 silver, and I'm level 3. So that should tell you how difficult it is to get that initial 10 gold. You'll probably have it by the time you hit level 10, but then you'll probably be broke afterwards. And just saying. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start questing again. The last interesting thing I want to show you is this function. I click on this. You don't have to click on this. Right now I have this selected. Right now this is the only quest that I have, so that makes sense. But in the future, you'll have multiple quests sitting over here. And if you have one of them highlighted, all you have to do is hit the F key and it'll tell you exactly what direction you need to go. At any point in time, you just like, oh, I'm lost. Where am I going? I need to go that way. Ta-da! Look how amazing and awesome that is, because it's kind of amazing and kind of awesome. And no, don't run me over. I don't want you to run me over. Doop, 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 doop. Teleport. Whee! All right, here we go. And then as you see, your quest will automatically update here too, but you will have to look for it, so you're gonna need to pay attention. Gather Sigil mushrooms, and anything that you need to gather Sigil mushrooms from will have the little exclamation point right next to its name, which is handy. And there is no such thing as kill stealing, which is also fantastic. Anybody that helps will get the credit for it. Or you can just come over here and you can pick the mushroom. See? Well, she doesn't look like she's doing anything, so I'm going to go ahead and slink, yoink that, run around. And everything, all your quests will show up as a percentage instead of as, a number. So it doesn't tell you exactly how many you need to get, and that is kind of refreshing because sometimes it's like you don't want to have like a flat number in front of you. Like, go collect 20 bear butts. Who wants bear butts, first off? Second off, that's the standard joke for collecting things. And third, I don't want to collect 20 of them. I like the percentage because I figure out when I get the first one about how many I'm going to need to acquire to make this quest, to get this quest completed. Doop, 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 doop. And you can see, look at that tail. Look at that tail on these Arin. I mean, seriously, that is like body length. Like, maybe even more so. Yeah, that shit's just crazy right there. I mean, I'm sure they're an arboreal people. I'm sure that helped them jump from tree to tree, but should be cray-cray, yo. Up. Run too fast, run too far. Ta-da! And another good thing about this is that a lot of these quests are going to have automatic completions. Ah, so nice. We're done here. But we're not done here because you always have to explore. Always have to explore, and look, there's a dead body. Investigate the dead alchemist. Don't stand in that. Serum is the life. The Mordesh have adopted a waste not, want not philosophy towards Vitalis serum, extracted from the dead so the Mordesh can return it to the living. Ta-da! And then you go around and you get yourself another quest. The Mordesh are they're kind of emo now, and they did it to themselves, so you kind of got to feel bad for them. But at the same time, you kind of don't have to. And you run around and you see 3366, and this will be completion right here. Just 3 bodies, and that's it. Simple. Simple yet effective. And then we jump out here, and we go back through the teleporter. This is all Elden technology right here. So you see all this green, spirally, floaty stuff with the blocks and the bricks and stuff. I totally missed a resource over there. That's fine, because I kind of figured out all this stuff already. Got everything built here. Anything that's green like this and has a teleporter, this is all Elden technology, and the Elden have been missing for at least, I want to say 2,000 years is the belief. 2,000 years that the Elden race has been gone. And the Empire or the Dominion is here to figure out why the Elden have left, and if they've left them anything, because ultimately the Cassians and the Makari and the Empire, the Dominion itself, is the children. They're the children of the Empire, of the Elden. And the exiles are here because most of them don't have a home world anymore, and they want one. So here they are. For those of you who don't know, this is Nexus. This is the mythical homeworld of the Elden, and it has just recently been discovered by Dorian Walker, who is an exile. He is an exiled human. So the exiles, once the Dominion realized that the exiles had found it, they immediately started a propaganda campaign to say, no, they didn't. We found it. It's totally ours. Totally are. We did this. It's cool. Don't worry about it. And then they all converged on the planet because the Dominion wants to know about the Elden, wants to know what happened to them, and wants to know if they can use anything here. And the exiles just kind of want home. So the only thing I'm not really entirely sure about liking is the quests, how you get the quests. because it just shows up in these teeny little boxes, like right in the middle of your screen, and then like right up here instead of like this big old window like that would be over here. And I don't know. I don't know if I particularly care for that or not. So, mm. All right, now we gotta talk to Queen Myala. Queen Myala Everstar is the queen of the RN and the RNR matriarchal people. No, that is not why I like them. I like them because, because really, I mean, look at this. How cute is this? How cute? How cute is she? So cute. Runes, yay, shoulders. There's a bunch of different crafting skills. The best part is you're not stuck with one. If you don't like it, you can always pick up something else later, but you know, it will cost you money. So that's always a thing. And this is the queen. She's bound to a tree that is still on Arborea, and it's killing her because she can't get to it. Deposit. What are we gonna? Oh, I need to get some more materials here. Need more materials. Okay, runes. Runes need to be talked about. So runes. This has rune slots. Shoulders. It has rune slot. They gave you the rune slot. They gave you the runes. What you need to do. Not do that. Is shift right click on it and get the menu. Edit runes. Ta-da! And then you just add a rune to that slot. Just click on the slot, click on the rune, add it, baboosh. And all of your gear is going to come with this stuff. All of it. Every inch of your gear is going to have rune slots on it. So, let's still use. And the rucksack. This is a Protostar Revolutionary rucksack, and you're going to get stuff out of this every couple of levels. First couple levels, it's going to be 3, 5, 7, 10, and then every 5 levels after that. And it's going to have gear in it. It's going to have crafting materials in it once you get to the point where you can craft, which is level 10, is when you have to start worrying about crafting. But honestly, I don't really worry about it at all anyway, so... So we're going to go ahead, head back over here to the Mordash, who are being creepy. Creepy. Talk to this guy. Whoa. See, it's weird because here's you accept it, and here's the quest law. Here's the quest text. It's like it just needs to be bigger. It just needs to be all up in here right now. And level up. Yes, and every time you level up your class, that's going to happen. And we get cinematics. This is the Elden Tree. The Elden Root. He's sleeping. Woo! Okay, get out of this here. So every time you level up, you're going to get the big fancy rock and roll style light show that shows up with the awesome words. And then the narrator, who, by the way, is freaking amazing, is going to tell you that you kick ass and take names and that your enemies are going to be shit in their pants. But he doesn't actually say it. But I just said it for you, so now you know he says. Level up. And see, and this is what you get. And this is where you can see what you've gotten for your levels. So I got a new ability, Concentrated Blade, and a new limited action builder slot set. This is so you can set your main specs and your off specs and so on and so forth. Your abilities. To access your abilities and move shit around on your bar, hit the B button. Okay. Yeah, every class has 2 builds. Okay. An assault build and a support build. Okay. For Espers, it's assault build, and they're actually really good AoE DPS, and their support build is healing, which I will probably get into at some point in time. And this is where you actually move around your abilities on your bar. See, if I don't want to use Concentrated Blade, you hit the little red arrow, and it disappears from your bar. But as I have 4 slots open, all the rest of these will open over the next several levels. I'm going to keep it on there because it's more abilities, and that means it's more damage. And this is Manifest a Side Blade that after 3 seconds spins to the nearest foe, dealing 105 magic damage and generating a side point. And you'll be able to get tier upgrades here, ability tier points, one per for each one of these. And you'll be able to put these wherever you want. You're going to get your support, you use your heals and stuff, and your utility, which is Crush. Crush is a utility ability. And then you'll be able to put points in here, and then each one of these big blocks here, it's going to be a major tier level, and it will tell you what the next major tier upgrades are. Like for Crush here, the tier 4 major upgrade, which is unlocked at level 25, is it destroys 2 interrupt armor instead of 1. And the tier 8 upgrade, which is unlocked at level 45, it applies an expose. Exposes are great. Exposes reduce the amount of damage of a specific damage type that an enemy can mitigate, which means you do a shitload more damage, which is important. And I will show you at some point in time, I will show you on my medic exactly what that looks like. But for now, this is what we're dealing with. If you have an unsafe build, leave. Because I didn't actually change anything, so it's not going to actually change anything. Alright. We need to collect living cores, which means we need to go that way. That way! I'm so used to not having a mount at this level that I don't mount up, like, ever. You'll get used to it. But we don't have to go that far this way anyways. And see? Grove Guardians. And it's like, it gives it to you right there. Now, there are going to be times where you're going to get quests where you're going to have to do something to people, and they're going to give you an item. Like, a spell item or something like that. And, the spell items are going to be a T. That's going to be the hotkey for them. And you see it's vulnerable now, so... Well, it was. I totally was talking while it was vulnerable. Hiya! V is vacuum loot, which means it's area loot, which means you just suck it up and ta-da! You get your loot. And challenge! Ah! Ta-da! See how many of these we can kill in 4 minutes and 41 seconds. And see? Your blade comes off of your back and whips off and does crazy shit. Ta-da, 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 ta. Need one more. One more. Let's see, and we can come over here, and we're not kill stealing. We just help that guy. Ta-da! Challenge complete. And we finished the quest. Now we can go back. On our mount. What's up? Doop, 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 doop. Double jump on our mount. Yes, double jump is a thing in this game, and it looks totally weird when you do it on a retro blade. Hello? Yeah, I didn't have to come back. I could have just answered my communicator, but since I decided just to come back. See, check this out. Communicator. Ta-da! And we get items. We get helmet. I think this helmet makes me look dumb. Yes, this helmet makes me look dumb. Okay, so we're going to tell you how to not make your helmet make you look dumb. My helmet looks dumb. My helmet looks so dumb. So dumb. I look so dumb right now. Okay, so to solve that problem, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here. You're going to do your hollow wardrobe. Hollow wardrobe. And then I've already got this particular item unlocked, but what you're going to do is you're going to want to unlock the item first. So you'll unlock it, come down here. Like I said, I can unlock all of these items now, and I can make them available to be hidden or transmogged or whatever you like. But for now, since I have it unlocked already, I'm just going to go to costume 1, which is going to be what I have equipped. And I'm going to do this. Hit this, hide it. And it costs you nothing to hide your helmet. Some things are going to cost you some money when you get transmog items later on down the road, but for now, your helmet, to hide your helmet, it costs you nothing, which is always good. Alright guys, I think that is going to be it for this particular episode. I talked a lot about the actual game, the actual gameplay, and some of the things that I think it's important for people to know before they get into this sort of thing. But next time, I will be just probably questing and bullshitting, so be prepared for that sort of thing. I am, as always, Inquisitor Aura. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and we will see you again in Nexus.